Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and welcome to another episode from me, Avomance, in my seed review and tour series. Last week, we had this seed where we spawned in this tiger biome, but there is so much good stuff just around the corner. Literally, I could fire an arrow and hit some amazing stuff. If you've not seen this seed video, go and take a look. The link will be in the description below. It is well worth a watch. We're on to seed 29. Let's crack on. We are in the world generation screen. This is the world name, which is the seed, but like always, come into the seed generator right here. Otherwise, you'll end up with something totally random and you'll be a little sad puppy. Let's get this world going because I'm quite interested to see what's going around this. I've heard there's a few rare biomes really close by, and we have spawned right in on a plains biome with a desert right on top of us, so plenty of glassage that you can get out of that. That's quite nice. Let me just turn around, and I think we need to get ourselves our stone pillar block because, well, I think I need a bit of height. So I'm on top of my pillar and I'm looking directly out towards the north. Lots and lots of sand. This is an incredibly deserty place. Look, so across that part of the desert there, we've got looks a little bit more not jungle, foresty type stuff. There's definitely green. Facing out this direction, there's more and more desert. But we do. Look at that. We've got a lovely little mesa just sat there with some water in the middle of it. I'll investigate that when we get round to going in the southerly direction. But first off, it's north. Well, the first thing we come to is obviously right on top of us virtually, and that is this little village. We've got a hole, very deep hole there, in fact. Get ourselves down there. That'd be quite easy. And we've got a single towered village, and that's actually quite a good little vantage point to be able to maybe kick off a few raids. And it's got a nice little ocean coming up right next to you there. Look, it's got plenty of water for you to be able to explore out. Can't see anything overly interesting in there at the moment, but you do have your kelp that you can start to grow. The other side of the desert in this direction looks like we've got a bit of a savanna. Another village before we even hit the savanna. Well, that's quite interesting. Two villages quite close together. That's good. We can do some personnel relocation back to spawn should we need to. And we have an ice biome coming up on the left. We need our silk touch pick to be able to collect up this ice. That's perfect. We've got a shipwreck right there within that quite interesting little formation under the water, and that just pushes out into more desert. We've got a shipwreck there as well, but we've got a pillager tower right here on the edge of this desert savanna biome, and I'm assuming as a result of that there is likely to be a village not too far away. I wonder if it will be the desert side or the savanna side, but we've got a bit of a plains biome here right in the middle of the desert and the savanna. Further north we come across the ocean and come to this pillager tower right on the coast with an absolute army of pillagers around it. I dare you to come and take this on your own. We've got a village right in front of us, a desert temple to the left of us there, another village to the right of us there, and I think, if I see it correctly, yep, another village just a little bit further on. We are replete with villages in this seed. There are so many in this northerly direction that we're going to be spoilt for choice for raiding these villages. Getting, that's a big one as well, isn't it? That's a cracker. We're going to be spoilt for choice for raiding these villages and getting lots of loot out of them. Plus, of course, relocating our villagers. We don't like to use kidnapping on this channel. Heading out in the easterly direction there, you can see we've just moved away from our post, which is just right there, and we're moving over a very short space of desert, and we've got shattered savanna to the left hand side of us, which is a relatively rare biome actually if you work it out. There's not an awful lot of shattered savanna in the world, with some fantastic rock formation on the top of that. You could really do some very interesting building. That would be, you see that little arch on top, that's brilliant. I like that very much. We've got what looks like a savanna village over to this side with another village there, but I think that's south, so we won't include that just yet. Plus then the desert kicks off again. Look at this from a height. Hang on, let's go up. Looking at that from a height, that's really cool. Look at that. How cool is that? That's a lovely map, is that? That's like a treasure map. And we've got another desert temple right there. Another village there, because we haven't got enough villages in this seed already. And we've got more savanna. This is desert and savanna. It's the desert and savanna seed, this one. We've gone out about 2,000 blocks due east. I've flown over 4 villages and a pillager tower, but we've seen so many of them already, I thought I wouldn't bother showing you. And now we've got a tiger biome with a tiger village in it. Now, these are my favourite villages because of the villagers, but they're my least favourite villages because the houses are just rubbish, aren't they? But we've got a tiger biome, which soon turns into a giant tiger biome. Silk touch shovel if you want that podzol. There is plenty here for you. This is a big one as well by the look of it. We've got quite a lot to dig for. If you need spruce, I think I found where you might want to come. Heading out due south, and this is where we get to take in this brilliant mesa. So we've got lots of gold for you. You can get straight away right off of the back of spawn. It looks to be a fairly decent sized one, but fairly easy to navigate, and you're not going to get too lost in it either because it's not very wide, although it does appear to be quite long, which is always nice. We've got more desert to the left. We've got open mine shafts, which is always good. Easy access to those lower levels. And we've got our plains in front of us. Now, the spawn itself is quite a nice little plains area that you might want to build in actually right on the spawn. That would work rather well. But if you wanted to spread out so you get a slightly larger plains, like this one, you're not that far away. And we've got, surprisingly, another little village here. And this is a, I think officially this is a plains village. We've got a double church, which means that you could definitely do a raid out of it. You could build a little bridge between two churches to give yourself a large platform if you wanted, but that would work quite well. And as we come further south, we find another shattered savannah. Look at that, that's glorious. You could do loads with that. Rolling into a standard savannah, we've got another desert temple right there in the distance. Very, very easy to find. We're about 2,000 blocks in this direction, this southerly direction, and we've got what looks like a desert village growing in the savannah, which is quite interesting because it's obviously generated officially within the biome right here, which is going to be officially desert, but it's rolled into the savannah, so it looks quite unusual. Not a very big village, but still quite an unusual find. Continuing on, more desert. This is like the Sahara, but in blocks. Time to fly out west now, and within just a few blocks we lap around into that Badlands Mesa biome again, and I think it's only just the very, very tip that we're going to clip, but we have found, unsurprisingly, yet another village, and it's a desert village. Of course it's a desert village because most of this is desert, but we have got a frozen area here as a tundra, which is nice. We've not seen that one yet. Okay, so that's a brand new biome moving into an ice spikes biome. Look at that. Right there, ice spikes. Nice and rare biome. Right next to the mesa, also a nice rare biome. It's a big ice spikes as well by the look of it. So desert and mesa next to frozen and ice spikes. Go figure. So this mesa and this tundra go out for some time until they hit this area here where we've got one of these snowy villages, which are less common, believe it or not. You don't get them so much, but another village for you to come and pillage if you would like to be such a creature. We've got what looks like a bit of a hidden desert temple there in this tiny little desert biome that we've got running along between the ice and the terracotta. And it's almost completely hidden, but you can just see it poking up out the top, which is always very interesting. We've got the frozen river here, which allows you to pick up plenty of ice if you've got your silk touch pick, going into, believe it or not, a warm ocean. Well, you know, it takes all sorts. And I said they were rare. We've got another one of these little tundra villages here as well, which is really rather nice. Some nice, decent sized structures on this one as well. We've got the tower right in front of us here, which if you stand atop this area, you could possibly use it for a raid kind of vantage point. You are going to be able to be shot from here. Be careful, because those pillagers, they've got ranged weapons. But can you see what I see? It's a blacksmith's, which means there's stuff for you to nick. Loads of obsidian, how about that? So here you can see the mine atlas map with the spawn right in the middle. You're spawning it in, where are you spawning in? Round about minus 256, minus 250, minus 100, right about there. You've got this mesa here that you can see. It's not that big on the map here. We're going, what, 6,000 in every direction. So you've got that mesa there, you've got your ice plains there, you've got all of this desert. That's a crazy amount of desert that you've got wrapping all around you. But that does go into some hills, and you've got some forests. You've got some swamplands all around here. It's the one thing that we didn't see very much of, wasn't it? Was swamps. But here you do have your jungle, which is great. So thank goodness for that. There is a jungle not too far away. Minus 4,500, 1,000. So that's quite good. No mushroom biomes, you can see. I think you've probably got to go quite a long way out. But this is as far as Mine Atlas goes to be able to find them. It's a nice, very green and very yellow seed. We are going to have a sneaky peek under the ground to see whether or not the stuff below the surface is as good and interesting as it is above the surface. So we're going to go through that bit in 3, 2, 1. Oh, I might have timed it right this time, nearly. There we go. We have got plenty of cave systems, lots of ravines and things like that, lots and lots of areas to dig out. But more importantly, underneath us, look at the size of this mine shaft. It's huge. It carries on all the way up there. It carries on all the way up there. We're kind of at the edge of it here. We've got a spider spawner literally under our feet. In fact, we've got 2 spider spawners literally. Oh no, that's not a spider spawner. I thought it was a spider spawner. We've definitely got 1 spider spawner just under our feet. I thought I saw another one then. Oh, I do. I did see another one. I'm not going mad. But you could do a double spider spawner farm there. You got 1 there and 1 there. Definitely they're both within range for you to be able to get yourself a double spider spawner farm literally underneath the pillar. There's the pillar. That's amazing. You still do, however, have plenty of space to do some branch mining. But bear in mind, you are going to hit a number of caves because this place is riddled like some rock-eating worm has just chewed its way through the entire place. Absolutely loads of it. Oh, we've got another one there. Let's just come over here and see what we've got down here. We've got another mine shaft. This is the second one. We've got a second spider spawner there, another spider spawner there. That looks like another spider spawner there. So that's a triple spider spawner. And I wonder, that might just be close enough for you to be able to take all 3 of those out at the same time. That is at 115 minus 193 at about level 25. Let me just lower myself to about the right level. Yeah, about level 25. And you have got yourself potentially a triple spider spawner if you can position yourself strategically. Done a little bit of digging just to see where the closest stuff is. Stronghold is only 1,875 blocks away. Very, very close, really. Jungle Pyramid is just over 4,000 blocks, which means there is a jungle within 4,000 blocks of here, which we knew because we looked at the map. We've got Monument, which is only less than 2,500 blocks, which I guess by some of our siege standard, that's quite a long way, but it's not really that far away in global reasons. And the nearest mansion, really close, less than 4,500 blocks away. By mansion standards, that's next door. It is that time again. We are right next to our post and we're going to go interdimensional through this sparkly portal. What is it going to lead us to? Right, so we've spawned through into what looks like a cave. Yes, it is. It's specifically a cave with... Can we physically walk out or do we have to dig? Looks like it's a bit of a dig to get out. So you're in a cave, but there is one obvious benefit of spawning in a cave, and that's the fact that you are not going to get ghasted. Not at all. Actually, if you come up, if you block up, you might be able to get out that way. Yes, you can. So don't dig yourself out. Block yourself out. Look how many pigmen there are. Blimey, that's quite a lot. However, bear in mind that when you block yourself out, you are now absolutely in ghast territory. But easy ways to be able to walk around as well, which is very, very good. Now, where is the nearest Nether fortress? That's what we're obviously really interested to know. Now, the nearest Nether fortress is about 300 blocks away, and it's a relatively easy walk. You don't have to kind of breach across too many lava lakes to get here, but it is in big flat spaces, so there's lots of those white puppies right there. But it is mostly buried, very little overhanging or outside, so it doesn't lend itself to wither skeleton farms too much. You have got blaze spawners. That's the first blaze spawner I've come across, but what I do want to try and find is the nether wart room, because you know I do like my fungus. I know it's got to be around here somewhere. Let's have a boot around. I bet we've got to go a really long way. Well, if you go down deep enough, and I mean down deep enough, you have to go down several flights of stairs to be able to find the nether wart room. But it is here. Don't panic, people. You will have your fungus. Also, on the way, I come across 2 separate blaze spawners that both could work quite well for a blaze farm. Because they're buried in, you can dig holes. Look, loads of stairs, loads of stairs. You can dig holes around them quite simply without being open to any of the elements, or more specifically, ghasts. So it does lend itself to blaze farms quite nicely. I actually quite like this siege. You've got good spawnerage underneath your feet, directly underneath you, and you could easily set yourself up a really gorgeous base perfectly where you ended up spawning in. You've got animals, you've got plenty of space, you've got the Mesa biome over there to get your gold, you've got all sorts of sand everywhere, and you've got pretty much every piece of wood you could possibly want. So thank you very much to Gary Johnson for sharing this seed number. The seed is in the description, so if you want to lift that and you can play on Gary's seed, and I hope, Gary, that you give plenty of people a lot of joy. If you've got a really brilliant seed, whether it is for Bedrock, whether it is for Java, it doesn't matter, send it to me at avamancminecraft.gmail.com. That's avamancminecraft@gmail.com, and let me know why it's such a good seed. I'm going to need some annotation. The more information you give me, the more likely I'm going to be able to choose it out of the, I mean, literally several hundred seeds that I've been sent through from you amazing people. I'm really interested to see what seeds you guys are playing. If you have enjoyed this video, please do remember to slap that like button. It'd be great to know you're enjoying it, and I will keep on making them. Also, if you've not done it already, please do hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to see you in my sub club. I look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.